what's up, y'all? It's Steve again, Harmless Rebel. Time for a quick VCLT video. I've kind of been slacking a little bit. I got these, man. I think I've had one of them for about a month now, and I've already spun it quite a few times. And then the second came, I don't know, maybe a week and a half ago. And I've already listened to quite a bit, maybe all of it as well. So, but wanted to do a quick video and thank these guys. Both awesome guys. Both have been in the VC for quite some time. And I've become quite good friends with one of them. But just kind of jump in. Start off. The first one is Kevin, Metal Wargod. Sent me a couple of albums and a CD. The CD is Tanagra, Meridian. I don't know what this is. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like power metal. I could be wrong. It just kind of has a power metal look to it, though. So looking forward to checking this out. I haven't gotten a chance to spin that yet. And then from Brother Scott Waters, he sent me a few CDs and then also a few albums. This first one is just an all-time classic. If you're into doom metal, if you're into death doom, this is a must-have. I think this is one of the all-time. This may be my all-time favorite death doom album. And this is Paramecium Exhumed of the Earth. I believe this is Jason Sherlock, if I remember correctly, for Mortification. It's one of his side projects. Let's see if it says it on the back here. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Regardless, amazing album. This is one of the gold discs that Bombworks and this is a Bombworks album, but Bombworks and Rocks Records and all those guys have been doing. I personally don't, I've got some SACDs that are gold, and I get it for the SACD. I'm not sure about regular CDs, but they say it stops the CDs from degrading. I've got CDs that I've had from 87, 88 that have been played nonstop and left in my car for months at a time, and they've never degraded. The only stuff I've seen really degrade is like cheap quality, like some $2 comps I've gotten, and then CDRs that I've recorded myself. But I've never really had an issue with degradation, so who knows, Still, classic, amazing album, kind of a must-have. Scott also sent me, this is a recent reissue of 20 Pound Sledge, Divine Battery. This is very much in the vein of POD. It reminds me a lot of POD. It was about 10 years later, though. This was 2013 when it came out. POD was probably at their height in the late 90s, early 2000s. But it's okay. It sounds kind of demo-y to me. It sounds kind of like a demo. It's not real polished. I don't think it's bad. Definitely a little bit of funk in there, but it's a decent album. If you're into that POD sound, it's worth checking out. It's not something that I'll spin over and over again, but it was an enjoyable listen. And then he also sent me the newest from Eddie B, Not a Perfect Christian. This is a great album. Eddie B is this is more bluesy. Some of his stuff is hard rock, adult contemporary, blues rock, all very blues based, but all really good. I think Scott sent me like 5 of his albums, and they've all been phenomenal. If you run across anything from Eddie B or Eddie Baird, definitely worth picking up. And then he also sent me a Madros sticker. He sent me this before he signed the band, but he actually just signed the band to No Life Till Metal Records for their newest or for their upcoming release. And he was the one that got me into him in the first place. If you haven't checked this out, I don't even know if this is available anymore. But this is The Essence of Time Matches No Flesh. Again, that's Madros. I think they're a California band, if I remember correctly. But this is their 2018 album. This thing is phenomenal. Highly recommend this. The copy that I came with, bought came with a patch. So now I've got the patch and the sticker here. But man, phenomenal, phenomenal progressive metal. Really, really good. If you find a copy of this, and this is one I would recommend searching out. I believe the band may still have some available on their website, but killer stuff. And I'm really looking forward to hearing what their next album, the stuff off their next album. And then Scott also sent me 2 records. The first one is The Plague from Nuclear Assault. This is one of them that I was missing from the band. This is one of the High Roller reissues. I love Nuclear Assault. I've talked about them a number of times over the years. Just one of my favorites. And like I said, I was missing this one, sadly, on vinyl. I do have this one on cassette and on CD. And then Eloy. So Eloy is one of those bands. Man, I think LJ was the first one to show Eloy, maybe, 6 years ago. Somebody from Europe had sent him a couple of their albums, and he was really blown away. And from him to Greeno, and then from Greeno to Scott, and then Scott got me into him. Eloy is a German prog band that, although they're German prog, they're definitely not krautrock. They have more that UK prog sound. So, if you're into UK prog, definitely worth checking out. But this is their 71 album. This one's self-titled. And then, oddly enough, Kevin also sent me 2 Eloy albums that I didn't have. He also sent me, these are original pressings, German, if I remember correctly. Yep, German. Let's see, yeah, so both original German pressings. But he sent me Ocean. And he also sent me Silent Cries and Mighty Echoes on Harvest. So definitely looking forward to checking these 2 out. I haven't spun these yet. I have listened to the debut. I actually have that one on CD somewhere. But the Eloy stuff, from what I've heard, I already have 2 of their albums, and I was blown away by both of them. So, and I got 5 of their albums. I really want to get the rest of them. Just really killer 70s prog. And then last but not least, Kevin also sent me one of the best albums of the year so far. I'm really loving this one, but this is Titans of Creation from Testament. Just a monster thrash album. And Testament's best album since First Strike Still Deadly, which is my favorite Testament of all time. I love everything that Testament's released, even Demonic, and I'm trying to think of the one from that same period that everybody seems to dislike because he was going for those death metal vocals, Chuck Billy. But I still love those albums. And this one is the Water Elemental. Looks really beautiful. It's kind of hard to see, but really cool vinyl. They did Earth, Fire, Water, and Wind. And that was the Water one. So very cool. Thank you very much, Kevin. Thank you very much, Scott. And then Scott also, I kind of collect these picks, and he sent me a Brad Paisley pick. Brad Paisley is not one of my all-time favorite country guys. He does still have a couple tracks I like, and that's still very cool and very thoughtful. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Scott. I really appreciate it. Excuse me. Take care, guys. Subscribe, and I'll see you soon.